Hello. Welcome back to the Best English podcast. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Hi, everyone. It is so good to see you again. I hope you're ready to learn because we have a fantastic lesson for you.
I'm Olivia.
And I'm James. And before we jump into today's English lesson, I have a little question for you, Olivia.
Oh, really? What is it?
Well, imagine you meet someone new. They look at you and ask, if you had to describe yourself in just one word, what would it be? What would you say?
Just one word? That is actually really hard. Let me think. I think I would say organized.
Organized?
Yes, definitely. I love lists. I love planners. I love when everything is in the right place. It makes me feel calm.
I knew you were going to say that. Your desk is always so neat. Every pen is in the same spot. It's impressive.
Thank you. I try. But what about you, James? If you had to pick one word to describe your personality, what would it be?
That is a tough question. I think curious. Yes, curious. I always want to learn new things. I like asking questions. I like exploring new places. If I don't know something, I want to find the answer.
That is a really good one. And actually, that fits perfectly with today's topic.
It really does, because today we are going to talk about how to describe your personality in English.
This is such an important lesson. You know, people ask about personality all the time. It happens in job interviews, on first dates, when you're making new friends at a party.
Exactly. If you can describe yourself well, you sound much more confident. You sound more natural, and people can understand who you are much faster.
So, if this lesson helps you, and we really hope it does, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the Best English podcast. It really helps us make more free lessons for you.
Yes, please subscribe. Now, let's start with a story. Olivia, have you ever had an awkward moment trying to describe your personality in English?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I remember my first job interview in English. I was so nervous. The interviewer looked at me and said, "Tell me about yourself." And I just froze. My mind went blank. I sat there for 5 seconds, and finally I just said, I am nice.
Just, I'm nice? That was it?
Yes, just I'm nice. I wanted to say more. I wanted to say I was hardworking and creative, but I didn't know the words. I was terrified of making a mistake.
Oh no, that is so relatable. I think everyone has felt that way.
It was terrible. I felt so small. But after today's lesson, that will never happen to you again. We are going to give you the words and the confidence you need.
I love that. Okay, let's start with the basics. Let's talk about positive personality words. These are the words that make you look good. James, what is a personality trait that everyone loves?
Oh, that is easy. Friendly. Everyone loves a friendly person.
Absolutely. If you're friendly, you're warm. You're approachable. You're easy to talk to. You smile and you make people feel comfortable.
I have a neighbor who is super friendly. Every morning when I leave my house, he waves and says, "Good morning, how are you today?" It is such a small thing, but it makes my day better. It makes me feel welcome in the neighborhood.
That is lovely. I think I am a friendly person too, but maybe not before my morning coffee.
Fair enough. Nobody is friendly before coffee. Okay, another important positive word is honest. Being honest means you tell the truth. You're straightforward. You don't lie.
In fact, I value honesty more than almost anything else. If someone lies to me one time, I find it very hard to trust them again. Trust is the foundation of everything.
Same here. At work, I would much rather a colleague tell me bad news honestly than try to hide it. If you make a mistake, just say, "I made a mistake." We can fix it.
Exactly. So you can say, I am an honest person, or honesty is really important to me. That sounds very professional.
Good. What is next? Oh, hardworking. This is the perfect word for job interviews.
Oh, yes. Hardworking means you put in effort. You don't give up easily. You're dedicated. You do the work even when it's difficult.
My sister is incredibly hardworking. She's studying to be a doctor. Sometimes she studies until 2 in the morning. I do not know how she does it. She has so much drive.
Wow, that takes serious dedication. I'm hardworking too, but I definitely need my 8 hours of sleep.
Sleep is important, James. You cannot work if you are sleeping at your desk.
True. Now, what about confident? That's a big one.
Confident is interesting because it's not the same as arrogant.
Right, that's a great distinction. Arrogant is bad. Arrogant means you think you are better than everyone else, but confident means you believe in yourself, but you're still nice to others.
Exactly. Like, I'm confident in my English teaching. I know I am good at it, but I don't think I am better than other teachers. We can all learn from each other.
Perfect distinction. Confidence is attractive. Arrogance is not.
Well said. Let's talk about patient. Are you a patient person, Olivia?
I'm working on it. Patient means you can wait calmly without getting angry or frustrated. Teachers need a lot of patience because students often ask the same question 5 times.
That is true, and I have learned that losing patience doesn't help anyone. If you get angry, everyone feels bad. Taking a deep breath is always better.
Good advice. Now, what about creative? I think you are quite creative, Olivia.
Thank you. Creative people think outside the box. They come up with new ideas, they look at things differently.
My cousin is super creative. He is a graphic designer. He makes the most amazing artwork. He can take a blank page and make something beautiful.
That is wonderful. But you know, you do not have to be an artist to be creative. You can be creative in problem solving. You can be creative in the kitchen when you cook. You can be creative in how you organize your day.
Great point. Creativity shows up everywhere. Okay, last one for this section. Reliable.
Oh, this is so important. Reliable means people can count on you. You do what you say you will do. If you say you will arrive at 9, you arrive at 9.
My best friend is the most reliable person I know. If he says he will be there at 3 p.m., he is there at 2:59 every single time. I never have to worry.
That is impressive. I try to be reliable, but sometimes I underestimate how long things take, like traffic or finding my keys.
We all do that. The important thing is to communicate. If you're going to be late, just send a message. That's still being reliable because you were communicating.
Absolutely. So we've covered friendly, honest, hardworking, confident, patient, creative, and reliable. Those are great words to start with.
But you know what? Nobody has only positive traits. That's not realistic.
That is so true. Let's talk about the realistic side of personality. We are humans, not robots.
Okay, this is where we get real. Olivia, are you shy or outgoing?
That is a good question. I think I am actually somewhere in the middle. I'm not super shy, but I'm also not the loudest person in the room. I'm not the life of the party.
The life of the party. That's a great idiom. It means the most fun, energetic person at a party, right?
Yes, the person dancing on the table or telling loud jokes. I am definitely not that. I prefer deep conversations with a few people rather than being the center of attention.
Same here. I used to be quite shy when I was younger. At school, I never raised my hand. I was scared of speaking in front of the class.
Really? You seem so confident now.
Thanks. I worked on it. But shyness isn't bad. Shy people are often great listeners because they're observing everything.
That is true. The opposite of shy is outgoing. Outgoing people love meeting new people. They get energy from being social.
My brother is extremely outgoing. He can talk to anyone about anything. We go to a party and within 10 minutes, he knows everyone's name and life story. It's a gift.
It really is. I admire outgoing people, but I could never be like that. It would be too tiring for me.
And that's okay. We're all different. Let's talk about another pair. Talkative versus quiet.
I am definitely more on the quiet side. I like to think before I speak.
I've noticed that in our planning meetings. You listen for a long time, and then you say something really smart and thoughtful.
Thanks. Meanwhile, you're the talkative one, James, but that's good for teaching. You keep the energy up.
True, I can feel awkward when there's silence, so I talk. But sometimes I worry I talk too much.
No, you're fine. Talkative people keep conversations flowing. So, talkative means you love to talk. Quiet means you're more reserved.
Exactly. Now, what about serious versus funny?
Oh, I'm probably more serious. I focus on getting things done. I like to be professional.
But you laugh at my jokes.
Sometimes, when they're good.
Ouch. Okay. I would say I'm the funny one, or at least I try to be. I think humor makes life better. It helps us relax.
It does, but serious people aren't boring. We're just more focused. We need serious people to get work done.
Absolutely. Both types are needed. Now, let's talk about organized versus spontaneous.
Oh, I am extremely organized. You know this. I have a planner, I make lists, I plan everything. I even plan my vacations hour by hour.
I've seen your color-coded calendar. It's beautiful.
Don't judge me, it helps me stay on track. What about you?
I'm more spontaneous. I like going with the flow. Last weekend, I just got in my car and drove to the beach. No plan, no hotel booking. I just figured it out when I got there.
See, that would stress me out so much. I need to know the plan. I need to know where I'm sleeping tonight.
We are complete opposites, but that's why we work well together. We balance each other out.
True. Now let's talk about emotional versus logical.
I'm pretty emotional. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I cry during movies. I cry during commercials sometimes. If someone is sad, I feel sad too.
That is sweet, though. It shows you have empathy. I'm more logical. I think things through rationally. I look at the facts.
When I have a problem, I want to talk about my feelings. When James has a problem, he makes a spreadsheet.
That is actually true. I made a spreadsheet once to decide which laptop to buy. I compared the prices and the features.
Of course you did. But honestly, both approaches are valid. Emotions and logic are both important. Sometimes you need feelings and sometimes you need facts.
Agreed. One more pair. Independent versus team-oriented.
I love working in teams. I get energy from other people. I like brainstorming together.
I am more independent. I like having control over my work. I prefer to just put my headphones on and focus, but I can work in a team when I need to.
That is the key. Flexibility. We all have natural preferences, but we can adapt to the situation.
Okay, we have learned a lot of personality words today, but how do we actually use them in a sentence? Just saying, I am friendly is a bit boring, right?
A good question. Let me ask you, Olivia. Describe yourself.
I am organized?
That is a start, but it is pretty basic. Let's learn better, more advanced ways to describe yourself. These are patterns that native speakers use all the time.
Right. Pattern number 1. I would describe myself as.
This sounds professional and thoughtful. For example, I would describe myself as organized and detail-oriented. Or I would describe myself as creative and open-minded.
Perfect. This pattern is great for job interviews. It sounds much better than just, I am organized.
Exactly. It sounds like you really thought about it.
Pattern number 2. People say I am, or people tell me I'm.
Oh, I like this one. It's humble. You're not bragging, you're reporting what other people think. It's like you have evidence.
Right. For example, people say I'm a good listener, or people tell me I'm very patient.
That sounds so much better than I am a good listener. It's less boastful. It's like, hey, don't take my word for it. Ask my friends.
Exactly. I use this all the time. Last week in a meeting, I said, people tell me I'm detail-oriented instead of just saying I'm detail-oriented. It felt more natural.
Smart. Okay, pattern number 3. I tend to be, or I'm generally.
This shows self-awareness. It shows that this is your usual habit, but you can change. For example, I tend to be quite reserved with new people, or I'm generally optimistic even in difficult situations.
Good examples. Now here's an important one. Pattern number 4. I can be a bit sometimes.
Oh, this is for weaknesses, right?
Exactly. It's honest, but not too negative. It's polite. For example, I can be a bit impatient sometimes, especially when I'm tired. Or I can be a bit talkative sometimes, especially about topics I'm passionate about.
Is that you, James?
Maybe, a little bit. But notice how I added, especially about topics I'm passionate about. That makes it less negative. It shows why I am talkative. It shows enthusiasm, not just annoying behavior.
Great point. Always give context. Don't just list your faults. Explain them.
Right. Okay, pattern number 5. I'm the type of person who...
This is great for showing your personality through actions. It's very specific. For example, I'm the type of person who always arrives early. Or, I'm the type of person who remembers birthdays.
I love that. It's specific and it creates a picture in your mind. If you say you remember birthdays, I imagine you sending cards to people. It's nice.
Last pattern. Pattern number 6. I'm working on becoming more, or I'm trying to be more.
This shows a growth mindset. It shows you want to improve. For example, I'm working on becoming more confident in public speaking. Or, I'm trying to be more spontaneous and less rigid with my plans. Is that you, Olivia?
Actually, yes. My New Year's resolution was to be more flexible. I want to say yes to more things without planning everything.
How's that going?
Still working on it. Baby steps. But the point is, this pattern shows you are self-aware and you want to improve. That is very attractive to employers and friends.
Exactly. Nobody's perfect. We're all learning. So let's review all 6 patterns quickly. 1. I would describe myself as. 2. People say I am. 3. I tend to be. 4. I can be a bit sometimes. 5. I'm the type of person who. 6. I'm working on becoming more.
Perfect. Now, let me give you a full example using multiple patterns. Listen to how natural this sounds.
Go for it, James.
I would describe myself as friendly and outgoing. People say I'm a good communicator. I tend to be quite optimistic, even when things are difficult. I can be a bit talkative sometimes, but I'm working on becoming a better listener.
Wow, that was fantastic. You used 4 different patterns in one short speech. It sounds so professional.
Thanks. Now you try, Olivia. Give it a go.
Okay. I would describe myself as organized and dependable. People tell me I'm detail-oriented. I'm the type of person who always has a backup plan. I can be a bit serious sometimes, but I'm trying to be more relaxed and spontaneous.
Excellent. See how much better that sounds than just saying, I am organized?
So much better. Everyone watching, please practice these patterns. Write them down. Memorize them. They will make you sound much more natural and thoughtful.
Now, here's something interesting. Sometimes our personality changes depending on the situation. We're not robots, we adapt.
That is so true. I'm a different person at work than I am at home.
Exactly. Let's talk about this. At work, how would you describe yourself?
At work, I am very professional and focused. I'm punctual. I meet deadlines. I communicate clearly. I don't joke around too much because I want to be taken seriously.
See, that's important. At work, you show your professional side.
Right. But at home with my family, I'm much more relaxed. I laugh more. I joke around. I wear pajamas. I don't worry about being perfect.
Same here. At work, I'm quite serious and responsible, but with my friends on the weekend, I'm silly and carefree. I play games, I sing loud songs in the car.
It is important to recognize this. You can say, at work, I'm very focused, but with friends, I'm more playful. Or, in professional settings, I tend to be more formal, but in casual situations, I'm quite relaxed.
Good phrasing. Now, what about in new situations versus familiar situations?
Oh, that is a big one. With people I don't know, well, I am actually quite quiet. I observe and listen. I don't want to disturb anyone.
Really? You seem so confident here.
Thanks. But it is different when I'm comfortable. Once I know people, I become much more talkative and outgoing. I open up.
That makes sense. I'm similar. In new situations, I'm cautious and reserved. I check the temperature of the room, but once I feel comfortable, I open up.
So you could say, I'm initially reserved with new people, but I warm up quickly once I get to know them.
Perfect phrasing. I warm up quickly. I like that.
Now, let's talk about stress. How does your personality change under pressure?
Not in a good way. When I'm stressed, I become irritable and impatient. I might snap at people. I don't mean to, but it happens.
We all do that. I become very quiet when I'm stressed. I withdraw. I need time alone to think and process everything. If people talk to me too much, I get overwhelmed.
That is healthy. You know yourself. So you might say, under pressure, I tend to become more focused and quiet. I need time to process.
Or, when I'm stressed, I can become a bit short-tempered, but I recognize that and I try to take breaks to calm down.
Self-awareness is key. Knowing how you react to stress helps you manage it.
Now, one more situation. Interviews or formal settings.
Oh, this is important. In interviews, you want to show your best professional self. You want to highlight the traits that match the job.
Right. You might say, in professional environments, I'm punctual, reliable, and detail-oriented. I work well both independently and as part of a team.
That hits all the right points. You're showing flexibility and professionalism.
And here's a tip. Always match your personality description to the situation. If you're interviewing for a sales job, emphasize your outgoing nature. If you're interviewing for a research or accounting position, emphasize your focus, patience, and independence.
Excellent advice. Read the room and adjust accordingly.
All right, Olivia, time for everyone's favorite part.
What is that?
Common mistakes. Let's help people avoid the errors learners often make when talking about personality. We hear these all the time.
Oh, yes, I've heard some interesting ones. Mistake number one is huge, saying, I am very boring person.
Oh no, what's wrong with that?
Well, if you say, I'm boring, it means your personality is not interesting. It means other people feel bored when they are with you. It's an insult to yourself.
So, what should you say if you feel bored? Say, I am bored, or I feel bored right now.
Yes, that means you have nothing to do right now in this moment. It's a feeling, not a personality trait.
So, I am boring equals I have a boring personality. I feel bored equals I feel bored right now.
Exactly. Never say I'm a boring person unless you really think that, which I hope you don't.
Good point. Mistake number 2 is saying, I'm very shy person. What's wrong there?
Grammar. The article a is missing. You should say, I'm a very shy person or just I'm very shy.
Oh, right. The A goes before the adjective and the noun. I'm a very friendly person, not I'm very friendly person.
Makes sense. Mistake number three, people say, I have patient or I have creative.
What's wrong with that? We don't use have with personality adjectives. You should say, I am patient or I am creative.
Oh, so not I have confident, but I am confident.
Exactly. You can say I have confidence because confidence is a noun, but for the adjective, use I am confident.
That is an important distinction. Mistake number four is using too many personality words at once.
Oh, I see this all the time. People say, I'm friendly, honest, hardworking, creative, patient, reliable, organized, and confident.
That is like reading a dictionary. It's too much.
Exactly. Pick 2 or 3 words that really describe you. Quality over quantity. It's much better to say, I'm creative and hardworking than to list 10 words. It sounds more honest.
Agreed. Mistake number five is not giving examples.
Well, what do you mean?
If you just say, I'm reliable, it's not very convincing. Anyone can say that. You should give an example. Say, I'm reliable. For instance, I've never missed a deadline at work in 3 years.
Oh, that is so much better. The example proves it. It makes it real.
Exactly. I'm creative. I love finding new solutions to problems is better than just saying I'm creative.
Great advice. Mistake number 6 is confusing opposites.
Like what?
Like saying, I'm shy, but I'm also outgoing. Those are opposites. It sounds confusing.
True. You can say, I'm shy at first, but I become more outgoing once I'm comfortable. That explains the context.
Right? Or, I'm serious at work, but funny with friends. That works because you are talking about different situations.
Mistake number 7 is being too negative in job interviews.
Oh, this is critical. When they ask about your weaknesses, never say, I'm lazy, or I'm unreliable, or I hate working.
What should you say?
Choose a real weakness, but frame it positively. You can say, I can be a perfectionist sometimes, which means I spend extra time on details. Or, I'm still developing my public speaking skills, so I've joined a club to practice.
Perfect. You are honest about the weakness, but you show you are working on it. That shows maturity.
Last mistake is being dishonest.
Yes, never claim personality traits you don't have. If you say you're super organized in an interview, but then you are always late and missing deadlines, people will notice. They will not trust you.
That is true. Be authentic.
Exactly. It's better to be honest and show self-awareness than to lie and get caught.
You know what would make you sound really natural? Using personality idioms.
Oh, good idea. These are fun phrases that native speakers use all the time.
The first one is life of the party.
We mentioned this earlier. This means the most fun, energetic person at a gathering. Everyone wants to be around them.
For example, my cousin is the life of the party. Wherever he goes, people have fun.
I wish I was the life of the party, but honestly, I'm more of a wallflower.
A wallflower. That is another idiom. It means someone shy who stays in the background at parties. They literally stand by the wall.
Exactly. I used to be a wallflower at school dances. I just stood by the wall and drank juice. I was too scared to dance.
That is so literal. Another great idiom is social butterfly.
This is someone who flits from person to person at social events, talking to everyone, like a butterfly moving from flower to flower.
For example, she's a total social butterfly. She knows everyone at the office.
Or you can say, I'm not a social butterfly. I prefer one-on-one conversations.
Good one. How about down to earth?
This means humble and practical. They are not arrogant. They are normal and nice.
For example, despite his success, he's really down to earth. He still drives an old car and eats at simple restaurants.
I like that one. What about set in their ways?
This describes someone who doesn't like change. They have fixed habits and they don't want to change them.
My grandfather is quite set in his ways. He eats the same breakfast every single day at 7 a.m. He never changes.
That is sweet, though. It shows consistency. Another one is wears their heart on their sleeve.
This means someone who shows their emotions openly. You can see exactly how they feel.
She wears her heart on her sleeve. You always know if she is happy or sad just by looking at her face.
Or you can say, I try not to wear my heart on my sleeve at work. I try to keep my emotions private.
Good balance. The last one is old soul. This describes someone young who seems wise and mature beyond their years.
My niece is only 12 years old, but she is such an old soul. She loves reading and gives very serious advice.
That is adorable. These idioms make you sound like a native speaker. They add so much color to your English.
Absolutely, but use them naturally. Don't force them into every sentence.
Okay, it is time for the most important part, practice. We're going to ask you questions, and we want you to answer out loud. Don't be shy. This is your chance to use what you learned. Are you ready?
First question, what is one positive personality trait that you have? Think about it, then say it out loud using one of the patterns we learned. Maybe try, I would describe myself as.
Did you say it? Good job.
Next question. What is one thing you are working on improving about yourself? Remember the pattern. I'm working on becoming more.
Excellent. That's a growth mindset. Now, describe yourself at work versus at home. Use the pattern, at work I'm, but at home I'm. Perfect. See how easy that is?
Last question. How would your best friend describe you? Use people say I'm or my friends would say I'm.
Wonderful. If you answered all 4 questions out loud, you're already improving. You're doing great.
Wow, Olivia, we covered so much today.
We really did. Let's quickly review what we learned. We started with positive personality traits: friendly, honest, hardworking, confident, patient, creative, and reliable.
Then we talked about realistic traits: shy, outgoing, talkative, quiet, serious, funny, organized, spontaneous, emotional, and logical.
We learned 6 powerful sentence patterns for describing ourselves naturally.
We discussed how personality changes in different situations, at work, at home, with friends, and under stress.
We covered 7 common mistakes to avoid when talking about personality.
We learned fun personality idioms like life of the party, social butterfly, and down to earth.
And we practiced with real questions. The most important thing to remember is to be honest and be yourself.
Exactly. Your personality is unique. There is no perfect personality. Some of us are loud, some are quiet, some are organized, some are spontaneous. All personalities are valuable.
And knowing how to describe yourself clearly in English will help you in job interviews, in conversations, and in life.
So please practice these patterns this week. Try to use them in a conversation.
Now it is time for our question of the day. We want to hear from you. Today's question is, if your best friend had to describe you in 3 words, what would they say?
Think about it. For me, James, my best friend would probably say funny, loyal, and disorganized.
That's honest. My best friend would say organized, dependable, and caring. That is beautiful. So, everyone, please write in the comments below. My best friend would describe me as, and fill in the blanks.
We read every single comment, and we love learning about you.
It's also great practice for your English writing. You can learn from each other.
Before we go, thank you so much for watching and listening today.
If you found this helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it with someone who's learning English. And subscribe to the Best English Podcast so you never miss a lesson.
Remember, learning English is a journey. Some days are easy, some days are challenging, but if you practice a little bit every day, you will improve.
Believe in yourself. Your personality is perfect just as it is, and now you know how to express it in English.
From both of us here at the Best English Podcast, keep learning, keep growing, and stay confident.
Bye, everyone.
See you in the next video.